Wow! Welcome to another video of Hardabasht. Finally, we are back to the normal Hardabashti videos. It took me a long time and it was a rough year, man. I mean, without some support, I would not go through it. Yeah, without your support, you know who you are. You know who you are, you know. Sorry. So today I will tell you about a crazy kind of put me in danger experiments I've done during the half through of the pandemic. So let's be start. So at the December of 2020, I decided deliberately to live as a homeless for 40 days. And I mean staying in a car homeless. No cheat. Most of the time. Still, I wanted to make it as authentic as possible. That's mean renting a shower is a luxury option. I have no clue how has that appeared to my mind as a cool idea. It was a horrible experience, man. You need to pay me $1 million to do it again. $1 million! Not million. Give me 1,003 rice pudding and I will hook up you with 2-for-1 deal. I need to pay my bills, guys. First part or chapter, I had to name it as the high moment. You know, the euphoria. That lasts for like couple days of the experiment. Residents in me a massive amount of euphoria, guys. Nothing can to compare to the feeling of having no restriction or obligation or any kind of that. No ties to any particular places. It's fantastic. I'm no worry of any kind of expenses. Literally free as a bird. My only concern though was about how can I get a shower. I don't know if you notice, but it's typical for me to dive in with no plan, and the shower wasn't in my plan. Still, everything was feeling great until at the fourth day of sleeping in the car, I started to feel a constant numbness in my right thigh. Sleep deprivation started to kick in. The productivity started to decline. A lot of skills that I was taking for granted seemed more deliberate. Like the limbic system, it's just out of the order. It's everything on the cortex. Like my cortex will be limbic. No response from limbic. I have to do everything deliberately, man. Everything was like an effort to do, you know? My cortex in the charge, and not 2 days after that, despite the fact that I was sleeping in my car, despite the fact that the engine is on, the heater is on, it should be warm. Despite the fact that I was sleeping in the car, despite the fact that the engine was always on, the heater was always on, I started to feeling symptoms of mild hypothermia. That caused me to start to cheat the experience. You know, I booked a couple nights in a motel so I can take a shower, sleep in a bed. These things, you know, I believe I did that like 2 or 3 times during the experience. Found out that it's hard for you to be dedicated to your project when your bio needs doesn't meet. When I'm fully healthy charged, I said that I would have a full test of a homeless life. Full test. I don't know how it's full test. Come on, it's something terrible. But anyway, it's my madness brain. When I'm fully healthy, that's how I was dealing with it. But when you are shivering, aching, sleeping deprived, and every inch in your body start to get sensitive as Your response will be when your mind say, how about to book a room for a couple of days, man? You'll be like, it's not a bad idea. Which made me thinking more about those people who can't by anyhow afford such thing, how they have to cope with their situation. And also thinking about that arrogant who is saying that harmless people are harmless because they are lazy and they are happy to this way of the life, and we don't need to follow support them to stand on their feet. And I'm saying from here to that arrogant, if you think it's easy thing to live that way, go and try it for a week yourself, you pile of toxic waste. But still, the biophysical challenge is not the worst of what you expected to face during such experiments. Second week of my experiments was the starting of my mental breakdown. Despite the fact that I know why I started the experiment, still in some moments I felt that I lost my way, man. Like if I'm in a void, like if I have transcending experience. I was so drunk, but with a balanced body, was so high, but with a clear vision. Later on, I started to question everything. Do I really need to change? What about the use of my job? Yes, I didn't take off during my experience. Anyway, I questioned even the fact of my own existence. Little by little, I started to go insane. The chemical components in my head for sure not balanced. My car started to smell awfully. I'm in a dire for a shower, but as a homeless, I shall find out what homeless do for shower, you know. I had that dream of solving the homeless crisis, you know, that's crazy, ambitious dreams things. I felt that I can't do such thing without finding what they are facing in their daily basis, guys, you know. So I had to search, and I found out about dignity on wheel thing. So I searched for the nearby one, and when I showed up, I found out that these showers are only to serve the shelter. And I was questioning, like, shelter is in building. Why there's no showers in the buildings? There are toilets, there's a water thing. Why there's no showers in the buildings? Anyway, it's not my subject. And I found out getting a shelter, it happened to be kind of a complicated task, especially for a homeless dude. First, I need a proof of my last residency and an ID card. Then, I have to go to a headquarters of a homeless guide of the county, whatever it's named at that county, and they have to refer me to a shelter house in some city, and only then, if that shelter has a Dignity and Wheel project, I can use a provided shower. Keep in mind, that happened during a lockdown. My only available place for restroom was the airport. Yeah, I had to check for the parking lot for the airport every time I needed to use the restroom after 9 p.m. Yeah. Dignity, my ass, man. You can't be a part of a system that strip people out of their dignity and then put dignity in your title. That's a lot of audacity to do so. Still, I was expecting all of that, but I wasn't expect by anyhow what's coming later. Few days passed. The last shower I took was 7 or 8 days ago. I started to get a cramp-like pain in my stomach with a constant diarrhea. I thought all the crazy thought, but don't judge me. I wasn't in my right mind. Okay, guys, I decided to book couple nights in a motel, and I was overwhelmed, burned out, and exhausted at the same time. Let's say I was so frail. I booked a room, entered the shower. After taking off my socks for the first time after several days, and gosh, I never see this amount of layers of dead skin on my calf. The bathtub floor was literally tickling my feet. I was so much happy with the warm water showering that I forgot to even apply a soap. Maybe that's what caused things to go more severe. Anyway, at early evening of that night, cramping pain started to increase more and more, and it was hitting me like opposites. It's come and go, right? It's like it's grabbed me from there and then it's released me for a brief of moments. I tried just to suck it up and just deal with it. And at that moment, I was still in my car. When that's happened, I was in my car. And around 7:30 of that evening, pain started to be unbearable. I was in condition that I can't drive and I can't ask for Uber because the driver will be worried about the pandemic thing. I called the emergency and ambulance showed with a firefighter as well. The firefighter man was nice. He asked me if I have insurance and he explained if there is no insurance it could cost me like $3,000. And I was in myself, didn't he see where I'm living now? Come and tow the tree if I care. And later I got to transfer to the hospital, and after the treatment, they found out that I have abdominal infection by unclassified bacteria. I don't know. Is that considered lucky or unlucky? I don't know. What if? I spent the next 2 days eating only for the medicine purpose and drinking the amount of water need to swallow the pill. Literally. Besides that, I drank some antacids fluid so to ease the pain. I was antacid addict during that time. Anyway, after the third day, I could eat and drink well. After the fifth day, it was full recovery. And for sure, I had to shut down the experiment because of that last incident. I can conclude out of this experiment several points. There is no use to try to solve any issue that faces the homeless without having a serious housing project. As far as they are sleeping in the cold of the street, their mental health will deteriorate and they will end up to steal to survive. We are human, we are not angels, and when the survival switch hit on, we will do anything to get through our day. Also, they will be an easy target for drug addiction. Trust me, even if you sleep outdoor and you have the will-share power to not fall in the pit of a drug addiction, you will still have at least some understanding why some homeless people will go that way. Because most likely you will do anything to numb that kind of pain physically and emotionally. And if you are the kind of person who categorize all homeless people as drug addicts, stop that! Even who felt in the drug addiction thing. Calling a homeless a drug addict, it's like calling a firefighter that he is wasting fresh water because he's fighting the fire forest. Come on. Forest fire. Sorry for the grammatical error. It's not our subject. I mean, it's painful, but it's an outlet that it may not be chosen if or for any under other circumstances. Anyway, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if so, please leave a like and write a comment about stuff you want me to Harry Dabash about. As also, please hit the subscribe button and juggle the bells for more notification. Until then, I will camp here and let my sheep rest for another video, and then see you. Peace.